This video gives an overview of an application that I have been building over the last few months. It's called Tilt, and it is a Shiny application where we host it on a service called Google Cloud Run. Let me walk you through it. So the app has a login page with a username that is no secret. It has the same name as the project and a password that is private because this application has some private data that we give access to specific users. So the app is, has a bunch of things, text, videos, some data. I'm gonna be talking about these different things maybe in later videos, but this one is just an overview. The main part of the app is this one where the user can select a few different things and hit go to filter tables. Also has a little dictionary that allows the user to understand what are the different columns in that data set, and a little bit more information, more videos, and a bunch of links that people can click on. All right, so this is an overview of the app. So you might be wondering, okay, how does this work? And that is the focus of this video. First, an overview. So typically, or not typically, but one easy way to host Shiny applications is on shinyapps.io. But we researched that service compared to other services and found that a better alternative for us could be Google Cloud. And that was given the amount of data that we have, the costs of running the application, the easy of scaling up and down all the way to zero to save costs, and so on. So within Google Cloud, which is a platform that has multiple services, we are using one service that is called Google Cloud Run. You can see already here that there is two rows in this kind of table that belong to two different applications. One of them is the one that I was looking at here. It's called Tilt Stage, which is one flavor of the app that is visible only to the managers of the project, so that we can see when the app receives some change. We can see if that's exactly what we want, and once we approve it, we can release it, and the app will be available in this other URL. Okay, so enough about that service for now. This is just an overview. That is where we host the app. Remember, Shiny app needs an engine, an R engine, to run code, right? Unless you're using a different service called Shiny Lab. I'm not gonna get into that. For now, assume we do need a computer basically running our code so that the app lives somewhere online. And that code is running on a Google Cloud platform, as I showed before. But the code actually lives on GitHub, right? There is two repositories associated to this app. There is one public repository. It's called Tilt Web Tool. Here, the 2 Degrees Investing organization, and it hosts everything pretty much except for data. The data that lives in this repo is just a toy data set. It lives here in the DB folder. It's split into company and product data sets. And if you click in those, and if you're aware to read those data sets, you will see that it's just fake toy data. That is because this repository, we want it to be public so people can inspect the code and change it easily. But if if you want to access the private data, then you need to go to this other repository, Tilt Web Tool Data, and here the database folder has the real data. So this repo that I'm showing to you now, Tilt Web Tool Data, wraps the other one, so uses the software from Tilt Web Tool and adds private data from Tilt Web Tool Data. I'm gonna show the details later on, but again, this is just an overview. So I'm gonna move to kind of showing some resources to kind of understand how these things work and how you could potentially change them. So a very, very good source of information, actually one that I have used to develop the app, is the book Mastering Shiny by Hadley Wickham. In particular, once you have an overview of the book, In particular, I built the app following recommendations in chapter 20, which talks about structuring the app as an R package. And that's a good thing because in the Teal project, we have been building R packages for a while, so that structure is very familiar to us, meaning that for anyone in our project should be relatively easy to navigate the repositories because they are all structured as R packages. And there are a couple of like tricks, if you will, to deploy the application when it is structured as an R package, and pretty much all of it, boils down to having a file called app.r where you do a little bit of magic as it's shown here. Again, it's an overview, so let me kind of move on. So beyond the Shiny framework, the other thing that might come handy are resources about R packages. So this is another excellent resource, the R packages book. All right. So in summary, I'm working on the Tilt app, which is a Shiny app. I used the Shiny Mastering Shiny book, particularly structuring the app as an R package to build it. And another excellent resource is also the R packages book. The app in the backend has basically two repositories that are important to it: the Teal Web Tool repo and the Teal Web Tool data repo. The Teal Web Tool is public, Teal Web Tool data is private, and the app is being served in on a platform called Google Cloud Platform, which is very popular, as you can imagine by the name, and it's also like very efficient in terms of how much it costs. It costs relatively little compared to other services, and it can scale up and down following demand.